Welcome back, everyone. It's episode 590s, and in series 3 we betrothed, and then depending on your choice, Mahakaman archives to Eudora to sneak into.
The Queen noted a building with unusually lavish ornamentation, including shining bronze roof tiles and glistening rock crystal window panes. An important clan dwelled there, Gabor explained. The Breckenrigs.
Could you introduce me?
Meve asked.
Perhaps I can convince them to intercede with Bruver on my behalf.
The clan head, Ivar, invited Meve to an exquisite feast. But when she broached the subject of the war raging just outside Mahakam's borders, the dwarf changed the subject at once. Looking around the interior, Meve quickly understood why. The walls were ordained with Nilfgaardian tapestries and rugs. Gifts from friendly imperial envoys, no doubt. Meve prepared to leave, convinced she had wasted her time, when someone clasped her shoulder and pulled her into a darkened room. Her kidnapper turned out to be a young dwarf, female, it seemed, dressed in her nightshirt. She introduced herself as Ivar's daughter, Eudora Breckenrigs, and openly admitted she had eavesdropped on Meve's dinner conversation.
Listen, me dad's stubborner than an old goat, but I'll convince him to help ye. For a wee favour, that is.
What?
I want you to steal something from the clan archive. Historiae Mahakamorum, 'tis called. See, me dad won't let me betroth me sweetekin Zoltan. Says the codex forbids marrying a dwarf who's left the mountains. But there's precedent. Just such a case described in that document. If I can show it to Da, he'll have to change his mind.
Meve felt sympathy for Eudora and wanted to help her, especially considering the favour Eudora could do her in return. But she fully realized if her attempt to break into the archive ended badly, it would result in a tremendous scandal Bruver Hoog would not soon forget.
The pot's worth the play, I believe. Fine. I accept your offer.
They then shook hands, sealing the deal. Meve had to bite her tongue to stop from crying out, for the young she-dwarf had the grip of a brawny blacksmith. Meve returned to her company and, massaging her sore hand, presented Eudora's offer. Gascon volunteered for the task at once.
Thievery's my forte. The dwarves won't notice a single mothball out of place.
Gascon snuck into the archive under the cover of darkness. Just as he was tucking Eudora's desired document into his cloak, he heard dwarven boots clanking down the stairs.
Damn it!
Gascon swore.
I can't let them catch me.
Okay, and now we've got the Mahakaman Archives special puzzle or quest. So what we need to do is we need to get Gascon to the bottom right where the gate is. If he is within 3 cards of a dwarf soldier, then essentially he's going to get spotted and you fail to safely extract him without being seen. So what you want to do is you want to use Gascon, the leader card, to move Gascon throughout the card or battlefield. What you want to do is you want to move him over across once. Don't worry about the held breath cards, they are irrelevant. You don't need to use them in order to successfully get Gascon to escape. But what you want to do is use the misdirection cards. And what they do is, as you can see, they flip around the dwarf soldiers to walk essentially the other way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to continue to move him across. So we've got 3 turns to move him across before we then have to end our turn. So once we've ended our turn, we're now going to move Gascon down to the next row to avoid being detected, and then we're going to move him across again. And again. Okay, now we need to make sure that he's not seen after ending our turn. So now what we'll need to do is misdirect the Mahakaman guard that was trailing us on the same row. And then we end our turn,
Piece of cake.
and now we can move down to the next row. And as you can see, both of those Mahakaman guards are facing the opposite direction, so they're not going to see Gascon. And then we move all the way down to the end row, and then move towards the exit. So now we'll just have to misdirect one more guard before we end our turn, and then we'll be able to use one of Gascon's final moves to get him to escape.
Just a bit more.
And there we go. We've gotten him to escape. And that is how you complete this little puzzle.
Luckily, Gascon
And
managed
once
to do the deed
we have
quietly,
completed
so
the
dwarves
puzzle,
never found out
we
who
then
had
get
broken
a
in.
new trinket
As
called
agreed,
Valmir's
Meve handed
Horn.
Eudora the stolen document. The dwarf shouted, raising the parchment in a triumphant gesture.
Da can't do nothing to stop her making vows now. I've got to write Zoltan right quick. Thanks. Thanks a million times over.
Thank you very much for watching, everyone.
Eudora
Please
did
let me
her
know
part
if that
too.
helped you complete this. If
Soon
you got
after, the
stuck,
queen learned there'd
please
been a
like and
gathering of the
subscribe,
clans,
and I hope
Iva
you enjoyed the
had indeed
video.
spoken on her behalf. She could only hope the elder Breckenrigs had swayed Bruver Hoog as well.